Yeah. of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. This morning, as we start our meeting, I just wanted to mention, I think everybody in this room knew of, had an acquaintance with Mike DeFelice, who passed away. We had Mike was a good fellow for everyone, and I'd just like to have a moment of silence for him real quick before we start our meeting. Thanks, everybody. That's all. Oh, did you mute? No, I didn't. No, this one. Okay. Unfinished business of correspondence.
I have none.
Thank you. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated December 14th, 2021 as presented. So moved. Second. You. Call for vote on, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Looking for a motion to approve invoices in the amount of $1,239,158.13 for the period December 15th, 2021 through January 11th, 2020. So second. You call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Yes. We are looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $280,052.63 for the period November 21st through December 4th be approved for payment. So moved. Second. You call for a vote on it, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $271,566.69 for the period December 5th through December 18th, 2021 be approved for payment. So, second. You call for vote on that, please.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $284,113.88 for the period December 19th, 2021 through January 1st, 2022 be approved for payment. So moved. Second. You call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
We are looking for a motion to appoint Benjamin R. White as the Jefferson County ADA Coordinator to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act. So, second. Thank you. Call for a vote, please, Karen?
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Motion to appoint Benjamin R. White as the Jefferson County Section 504 officer to comply with the HUD Rehabilitation Act of 1973. So moved. Second. Call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sargent.
We're looking for a motion to enter into an agreement with Anderson and Time Employee Benefits Incorporated to assist the county in preparing and complying with the new reporting requirement after the Affordable Care Act, under the Affordable Care Act at no cost to the county. So. Second. Thank you. Call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
The next motion we will just table at this time. Moving on then, looking for a motion to ratify the AFSCME union contract for children and youth services dated January 7th, 2022. So moved. Second. Thank you. Call for a vote on that, please, Karen.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. North.
Yes.
Mr. Sargent.
Yes. Announcements, Commissioner meeting, January 25th, 2022 at 10:30 PM here in Jefferson Place. Jail board meeting, January 25th, 2022 at 12 o'clock here at Jefferson Place. At this time, we will look at public comments. Any public comments? Trace, Chris? Guys, you just here to hang out today? Well, maybe you'll have some questions for us.
It's Larry's birthday.
Oh, is it Larry's birthday?
Is it? Wow.
Well, happy birthday to you. It
It's
is.
spring and it's April 2nd, so.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tracy.
Anytime.
All right. We'll close public comments and questions from the press.
We have a lot of damage from any of the storms we've had, and as far as damaged trees, stuff like that there, or
Nothing major now. Typical tree lines, I don't think.
pretty lucky for the most part then.
I'm sorry.
We've been pretty lucky then for the most
Yeah.
part now.
The county, I think, I'm gonna guess it was recently, I only heard about it recently, signed on to that, I think it's like an prescription opioid agreement. That, I think 50 some of the counties have signed on to at this point. Can you guys talk about that at all?
Who's better than? Looks like me.
Sure, there's a lot out there for us to understand because we're not lawyers. But go ahead, Scott.
With that footnote. So, the Attorney General has been involved in orchestrating a class action suit on behalf of not just counties, but some of the larger municipalities across the Commonwealth. And the offer was extended to the counties and cities and certain of the, I think, some first-class townships that met a certain population threshold. They wanted to participate in the state's class action lawsuit regarding the impact of opioids. They could. Now, if a municipality, large municipality or a county chose to go on their own or to decline altogether, that was all also their option. But the county of Jefferson chose to participate with this, along with majority of the counties in Pennsylvania, because the work was being done at the Commonwealth level. To pursue it ourselves would be very expensive, a very complicated process. And we consulted with legal counsel locally, the county solicitor. We consulted with the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, which had a hand in crafting this effort, and it seemed to be in the best interest of the people of Jefferson County to participate in this as a party to this suit. So that in substance was the thought, the train of thought that brought us to that. And the mechanics of it are going to be worked out at the Commonwealth level, but a formula has been devised. Population is a big piece of that. However, that's not the only component. And I think it was 83% of the settlement amount. I kind of glanced to see if anyone recalled that better than myself. But in any case, in any kind of a class action lawsuit, you have the legal costs, the administrative costs, and then the settlement consideration, the amount of money that a participant gets. What that's going to look like has not been definitively determined at this point. But when those funds, if and when those funds become available, then there's going to be certain things we can do with that money. And the intent would be to help the people in the communities with regard to opioid-related and drug-related afflictions and education. So when that money comes, it's not going to be just general fund money. It's going to come with strings. And that's fine, because we want the money to be used for a good and better purpose. What you're looking for?
Yeah, when was it that our county entered into that agreement with them? Was that recently or has that been in place?
Then two.
Oh,
Last
okay.
week.
It was
Okay.
very end of December.
Since you already know that that money is gonna have strings attached to be used on opioid and drug-related programs and such, have you guys started any, like, preliminary discussion on what that might?
It's the very beginnings of that discussion, Alex. The first step is for us to understand what those parameters are. And that's where we are now. Our next step, or the succeeding steps, is going to be, how to best apply that money. So there may be 6 or 8 criteria which restrict how those funds are used, and then we may choose 1 or 2 of those and focus our efforts there. For example, one of the things that comes to mind off the top of my head is education programs for youth to make them cognizant and aware of the impact of drugs, and I see that as preventive. That's one of, I think, 8 criteria that come with it. So step 1 is understand what we can do, and then step 2 is going to be us trying to put our heads to the best use.
Then the Commonwealth will probably change.
I would expect nothing less.
And I think it's fair or obvious to say that some of the groups out there, they'll get the chance to have, they're notifying us to let us know that money's coming in. They'd like, their share. So.
Something they doing the schools then?
That's one of the possibilities there.
Endless.
Youth education is
Mhm.
one of the things that easily comes to mind that was in that criteria. But there are other programs. There's
Like for doctors maybe?
like prenatal
Prenatal.
care is another that I remember off the top of my head. There are several things we have to look at this, and that's why they're giving us some flexibility, because what may work best in Jefferson County may not be the best approach for Lackawanna County, for example. So they're giving us some parameters, but also some latitude to get the best for that investment.
Another question, how long before you think you'll be able to use downstairs? Looks like it's pretty much.
So I think we had told you last meeting that we would be downstairs today. We did have a meeting down there yesterday, Northwest County Commissioners Association meeting. 41, 42 people. But there is a few little things that need done, and until they're completed, we decided not to invade it just because. But it is looking good. You'll have to get in there and see it.
Veterans and the treasurer, those are the 2 offices that are going down there. Veterans office.
Veterans, treasurer, yeah, and then the IT.
Oh.
Any other questions?
We're into January now, so Ben White has officially taken over that full.
You just walk by,
role.
yes.
Okay.
Notice he didn't come in and stop in and say hi.
I don't think I have any other questions.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, for a moment.
All right, I don't see anything here. I guess with that, Jeff, Scott, anything good in the order?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, Jeff, all right. Call for vote, please.
Mr. Bullers.
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence.
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
Good question.
Yeah. there you go.